we keep everybody on the Facebook page, so students past and present, you know,
Yes.
everybody's on there. So it's really nice that people who've had a business for a couple of years can share their tips with perhaps the people that are starting out.
Yeah, that's right.
Feel supported, yeah. And Zoe, as soon as I email her, she emails me back, and I'm like, you really do feel supported. I know it's online, but you really do feel like you've got somebody there at the other end of the phone.
In the last 3 months has it been interning, I've been to an awards ceremony with her, I've helped her set up weddings, we've been to networking, and yeah, it's just been incredible, even in just such a short time.
Completely, every single element of the course, even things that I thought I knew, I didn't actually know, because it goes into things such as lighting, you know, the whole section on.
And that's
things
so
and
important.
it's so important, and things that I never, would have even considered.
We're here at the studio for another round of Academy TV videos, and it is my great pleasure this time around to have some of my students here with me. And today I'm going to be chatting to all of them about why they joined the Academy, what they want to do in the industry, and what they've learnt so far during their course. And the first student to sit and chat with me is Lucy Rochell. Lucy, welcome to studio, and thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Now, you've actually got a bit of history of the industry, don't you, through your family?
Yeah.
And if I remember rightly, your grandma does wedding cakes, or did wedding
Yeah,
cakes?
she did,
Yeah, so
yeah.
it's kind of in your blood. You've sort of been, you've been around the industry for a
brought up in
while.
it, yeah.
But it wasn't something that you went into initially. So what made you decide to come into the industry, the wedding industry?
Planning my own wedding was definitely a big factor, but I think the big thing, and the thing that kind of showed me that not all weddings are the same and you can be as crazy as you want and as venturous as you want, is being maid of honour for my best friend. She got married in Disney World in Florida, and that was just the biggest eye-opener.
So you went?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And planning a hen do as well, just because we are so close, and I just felt like I went on the whole journey with her, and yeah, I just loved every minute of it.
So
and
it kind of ignited a passion for you.
Yeah. And it did make me think you could literally have your day any way that you want it. And
Absolutely. And then you've obviously got married yourself, and that sort of ignited it further?
Well, no, I got married before.
Okay.
Laura.
And then this one followed.
Yeah, so probably more from Laura's, really. It was kind of whoa, yeah, I think that would be amazing to get into. And
so having done both of those weddings, all of a sudden you started to think about whether or not it might be possible to have a career.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's what happens to an awful lot of our students. You know, it's probably one of the most common things we hear is, I've planned my own wedding, I loved every minute of it, and quite often they feel like there's a bit of a hole left where the wedding planning is all
what to
finished.
do with yourself.
Exactly. Now what? I've got no reason to go on Pinterest anymore. I've got no reason to be stalking people on Instagram. Yeah, so we hear that a lot. So what made you choose the Academy?
I felt that I wanted to have some kind of qualification in it, and the reason that I chose the actual course was that I thought it would be better career-wise to go down a path that was weddings and events. I thought then I wasn't just limiting myself to weddings, and it kind of covered a broad spectrum.
That's sensible.
And just I came across the Academy from an internet search, really, but I just thought that the website was amazing, and it just looked, and just kind of seeing what you get out of it at the end, and the accreditation that you get, and
that's
what
the key
people,
part. And you're sensible in the fact that you've decided to look at doing event planning and wedding planning, because although the same skills are used for both, there's some very different things you do when you're planning a corporate event to what you do for a wedding. For example, at a wedding, you're not going to be booking speakers. You're not going to be dealing with the same sort of software registration and that type of thing. So there's a lot of differences between the two, but you had a role as a PA, didn't you? So that would have used some of the same skill sets. So,
organisational skills.
So tell me about the PA role. Did you plan many events? Had it helped you when you sat down and done this?
My last PA role that I was in, that was basically being the PA for the guy that owned the business that I worked for. So, that was a lot of events. Things like food organisation, everything which is key in the industry. Lots of contacts, and I mean, organisation is the main thing. Like post-it notes, were my best friend. And I was like a PA. I had things stuck everywhere, and
But you'd had no training to do events. It was a job that was just sort of put onto your lap?
Yeah,
almost?
I started as a legal secretary, and then that's where I ended up. So.
Yeah, well, it makes sense, and we also do get a lot of people that have had that PA experience and done some of the events. It then appeals to them, but they like the idea of the weddings because it allows them to be a little bit more creative than what you can sometimes be in a corporate event. Now, you've had some great work experience. You're currently one of the interns for one of our advisory board members, Pamela Dunn. So tell me about your experience with that, because obviously Pam has a lot of our students and offers many amazing opportunities. So.
Well, I first met Pam, I think I'd literally been doing my course about a month.
Okay, so fairly early on.
So it's a good sort of 2.5 years ago now. And she's just got this passion that, like when people say, oh, it's not always as glamorous it comes across, but I feel like Pam makes it glamorous.
It's infectious
and
with her,
yeah,
isn't
and
it?
like she can tell she loves it, and she brings a lot of joy to it, and nothing's a hardship for her. And yeah, I mean,
and you've learnt a lot.
Even in the last like 3 months, has it been interning? I've been to an awards ceremony with her. I've helped her set up weddings. We've been to networking, and yeah, it's just been incredible, even in just such a short time.
And I guess that also helps you to sort of see in the flesh what happens.
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
Different to the course material, but you can probably see how what you've learnt in the course can then be implemented and some when you're actually there.
And I think because I live literally 10 minutes from Pam as well.
Oh,
so
that
I
helps,
think,
doesn't it?
but also seeing somebody in the industry so local, because one of my concerns when I started my course was there enough kind of work that I wanted to do around here?
Yeah.
And Pam showed me that, if you
there's plenty of work to go around. I mean, yes, there are obviously a few people in the industry. It's a big industry, but that's where you need to carve out your own niche in the industry, and you need to have your own sector in the industry where it's something that only you are doing, and that's obviously something we talked to you a lot about in the course.
Yeah.
But you've graduated. You graduated back in July.
Yeah.
So congratulations for that. What have you done so far since you graduated, apart from working with Pam?
So I am in the very early stages now of setting up my business.
That's very exciting.
Yeah, so it's
What's
going
the
to
name?
be Lucy Rochel Wedding Design.
Okay, good.
So I ummed and ahed like a few weeks ago maybe about changing the name. I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep my name in it or go down a different route. But then I got in touch with a friend who is an artist, and she designed me an amazing logo, and I was like, yeah,
and
now
you
you've
fell
done
in
that, yeah, I'm going to keep it.
Well, it is a very personal thing.
Yeah.
You know, wedding planning, wedding design is personal, and it's about you and the service that you're offering. So using your own name is certainly something that a lot of people do. Pam's done it.
Yeah.
And been incredibly successful. So I certainly don't think that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
So I guess one last question I would ask you, to anybody looking to enrol at the Academy, what would you tell them?
Absolutely do it, and whatever stage of your life you think you are at, don't think I can't do it. You know, I fell pregnant a month after starting my course, so which is why that my course took me probably a little longer than I'd originally thought it was going to. But and I mean, I've got amazing support from friends and family, and I think having Eliza's actually driven me to do it more, because I want her to see that she can do what she wants to do as well.
Absolutely. And it really is a case of just believing in yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, you can do anything if you set your mind to it, and if you want it badly enough. In this industry, you've got to be passionate about it. If you've got the passion, the drive, the motivation, and the work ethic, it'll happen. Well, Lucy, thank you for chatting to me.
Thank you.
Good luck with the new business. Let us know once it's launched, and obviously we'll make sure your details are up on the website and up on the blog as well. And congratulations on being one of our alumni.
Thank you.